bursitis, it'll stick you with colitis. Bulimia, amnesia, make yeast infection easier. Dry mouth, nausea, headaches and insomnia, aphasia or amnesia. Hello to amblyopia. Status epilepticus will certainly affect us. Tardive dyskinesia won't make it any easier. Suicide on the side, trichotillomania. Paralysis and peptic ulcer, it'll shrink your brainia. Impotence mania, you'll probably go insane here. Vomiting, weight gain, anxiety and back pain, memory loss, vaginitis, hematoma. If you try to gasiness, vertigo, it makes it hard to pee. You know you're headed for a total mental breakdown. So ask your doctor if this pill is right for you. Ask your doctor if there's something he can do. 'Cause there's something on the news and in the air, and it's worse than biochemical warfare. Ask your doctor. Ask your doctor. Mood swing abnormalities, hypertension.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Talk of the Town with me, Lynn About Town, Lynn Positon. And I am here today in sunny, warm, beautiful Clearwater, Florida, where WTAN 1340 AM and 106.1 FM broadcast out of. If you guys have ever been in Clearwater and you see that big radio tower, that's us. We are right here, right now. And our show, Talk of the Town, is a good guys meeting good news, good guys bringing good news. And I am very blessed to have my boss, Patrick Clouden of Consumer Energy Solutions, sponsor the show each week. We now have a show of an hour. And today I have two guests with me. We have two good guys. So I'm going to introduce them one at a time. The guy to my right is Neil Fox. Neil is a local now, but he is originally from New York.
New York.
I didn't know him in New York when I was in New York, but we met here in Clearwater. And Neil stepped up when I was doing one of my crazy big community projects, which was one day I was trying to raise money for Community Learning Center, which is our local tutoring center. And we were like, we needed to get a new roof and we needed all these different things for this building. And I kept saying, oh my God, I have to keep asking the same, guys to write a check. And I thought, I don't want to ask guys for big amounts of money. I want to ask a lot of guys for little amounts of money. How do you do that? And I went, Jerry Lewis Telethon, right? I mean, that's the first thing that came to mind. But how do you do that? You're a girl. You don't know anything. You can't afford TV. And I went, this can be done. This can be like run on the internet live and broadcast live. And let's say we get someone in Italian singing. Well, then we could be live in Italy, and that's like their prime time's a different hour, right? Anyway, we pulled it off. And Neil, I was reaching out for talent, and Neil came through, and we did a whole segment. And honestly, it was a ton of fun.
For you, maybe.
Come on, it was fun. You made a lot of friends. Kathy and I got up and we loved his music and we were like dancing.
It was great, especially, never mind.
Go ahead.
I'm just thinking of how much I have to censor myself. But yeah, it really was fun. And I actually emceed a whole segment
you
as
did?
well as performed. And it was surprising that you pulled it off as well as you did. It was on for like 30-something hours?
Yeah, it was 40 hours.
Jeez.
And we had like night crews and we had local businesses that donated food. And we had this incredible business called LED Pro. They're live. They're real now. You can use them. I don't know that I would be able to get them now because they're so big. They do huge events and conventions. And I think, they do big rallies. I know for sure when the Trump rally was here in Tampa, they did all the sound and lighting, and they've just done so many great things. So shout out to Federico Laurenti and his beautiful wife, Catalina, for donating their time and equipment. It made the show perfect. And then we had my friend Colin in IT. He pulled that off. Anyway, I digress. It was a wonderful experience. We raised, $15,000, $20,000. And again, it was on a shoestring budget, and we reached out to the schools, and we had like acts from all over come in, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing.
It was fun.
That's awesome.
I've had so many people come to me and go, "Can we do it again? Can we do it again?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
I'm still recovering."
It was huge, John.
Wait, did you see? I emceed a lot as well, but also there was this wonderful lady called Miss Jamie's Farm, and she has this really cute CD and these puppets, and she talks to the kids about healthy food choices, and she writes, and she's absolutely adorable, like right to the freckles and cowboy hat and guitar and cowboy boots. And she couldn't suddenly come, and she's like, "You can do it." I'm like, "You want me to be Miss Jamie?" I'm like, "Oh my God." So I found a red cowboy hat, and I was like listening to her songs, and I did a whole Miss Jamie's Farm segment.
I wish I
Now,
would
is
have
that recorded?
It is recorded. I think the whole show is somewhere, but we got to put some stuff up on YouTube.
Yeah,
It was
I
pretty
missed
fun.
that because my part of the show was on at midnight.
Yeah.
So I didn't see anything too much, early in the day.
Yeah. So now so while I have you, what was that song we just heard, Ask Your Doctor? What was that all about?
Well, basically, it was based on these commercials you see, mostly in America now, or mainly in America, where drug companies could advertise directly to the consumer. So you see these commercials for the last few years where they'll say, "Buy this wonder drug," and then for 28 seconds out of 30 seconds, they list all the side effects, including it'll probably kill you. So, and then after that, they say, "So ask your doctor for this wonderful drug." So I thought, what a great idea for a song. And I went and I actually created the song with the verses are side effects, actual side effects. And so I made a YouTube video, I animated the pills.
It's really cute.
Singing, they're my chorus guys. And it's basically all these side effects, and at the end, ask your doctor, if this pill is right for you.
And it's really catchy. It's like, "Ask your doctor if this pill is right for you."
And you
Ask your doctor.
were in my chorus during the telethon.
And it's so catchy that it was years ago, and I have not played that in a while. I will play it when I get home, but I remember it very well and fondly. And it's true, I was watching one of them, and I started driving, walking around the house, and I said to my husband, "I came up with a good one. Oh, Bolivia, I want to go to Oblivia." It's like, and then what is one of the side effects? They'll go, "Fatal events have been reported." And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. A fatal event? Like the guy died, right?
Sort of a little bit of a euphemism.
Yeah, they make it sound fatal events have been reported, Anyway, so yeah, it's
Nothing
pretty funny.
anybody didn't recover from.
And he didn't live to tell about it.
Right.
So,
He
it's
died
hearsay.
with a smile on his face. Yeah.
He was in oblivion.
Yeah.
So Neil, I have a cute little bio for you here. So I want to talk about Neil. So I'm going to
My
read a little
favorite
bit.
subject.
Neil Fox is a veteran songwriter with a long list of credits. As a recording artist for Polydor, RCA, and Columbia Records, yes, that's what I said, all three of those bills, he had a charted single and top 10 dance club hit. He wrote and produced music for hundreds of commercials and TV promos for NBC, CBS, MTV, and VH1. And I remember them all.
You know what?
What?
I'm too good to be here.
I think you are. This
gotta
little
leave.
station
I'll see
that
ya.
could. It's the little station that could. The little show that could. Come on, it'll be a fond memory like the telethon. Long known for his wit and social commentary, Fox turned to filmmaking to express his views and visuals. He won numerous awards from film festivals for his music videos, film shorts, and full-length documentary, The Conspiracy Project. He is especially outspoken on psychiatry. Music Connection called his song Zero with a Gun, which links antidepressants to school violence. It's edgy and alternative. So that was a quote from the Music Connection. As a human rights activist, his most recent creation is his animated music video for his song, You Have the Right. It's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
It is an official selection at many film festivals and won several awards. His latest project is Pure Fun, a YouTube web series called Uncle Neil's Neighborhood, featuring original music, animation, and zany antics. Well, how about that for a bio?
I'm impressed.
I'm really pat on the back official. He's got one.
Usually I say original music, original thoughts, original teeth. But I figured this was needed to be a little more elaborate.
So now I'm going to take that and go back to a story you told me about your days in New York. So Neil had this amazing talent. He's got a beautiful voice, by the way, Dan. He really does. And what did you were going in a direction and then you didn't go for it. You turned around. Tell me about that famous, almost really, really famous kind of thing you were going for, and then you said, no, I don't think I'm doing this.
You're talking about my career at Walmart's?
Because you didn't like the outfit.
Right. I was a greeter for about a year. No, actually, well, gee, I had so many. Let me make sure I'm zoning in on which part.
So it was music. It was music business, and it was
Yeah.
like there was something about the business that.
Well, first I was in the music business in terms of playing in bars and clubs, but then I got into recording,
Yes.
and I got onto Columbia Records and RCA Records and Polydor Records as a singer-songwriter. And long story short, at Columbia, the day I signed the contract, they fired Clive Davis. So I was at Columbia for 3 years. Nobody cared because anybody who had anything to do with me being there left with Clive. So, it took me a while to get out of my contract. And I explained that whole story, leading. But then,
And I didn't know.
and also then when I was on RCA, we did an album and we had great musicians on there and we had a band put together. They were going to put us on the road. Then they fired the president of RCA. Yeah.
What's with these record companies?
I had nothing to do with it.
I know.
But so anyway, after that, I think what you're talking about is I got into the jingle business. Much, I was going to say to my chagrin. I mean, the money was good, but I hated it.
Yeah.
I did 15 years of hating it and made some decent bucks. And then I said, well, I'm out of here. I've got some residuals coming in from CBS Evening News with Dan Rather. I co-wrote, co-produced.
Okay, how about that?
That's pretty
Wow,
impressive, I'd say.
Wow.
But then they fired Dan. So the residuals went.
But we never would have him in Clearwater had all these firings not have happened.
You think you're going to have this job after I leave here?
I don't know.
You're
Neil,
outta
you're
here.
killing me.
You're outta here.
You're killing me. Pat Clouden, I promise I'll put holy water on him or something.
I could use it. Anyway, so when I finally got out of the jingle business, I decided to start my own record company. And long story short, I got, I got poor really quick. Quickly, I think is the way.
And he's like, damn, those jingles weren't so bad.
But then I actually wrote a one-man show. Well, I wrote a few musicals and things like that. And I did a one-man show where I put up a big screen and did the animation. And I performed and interacted with the animation. And I did this in Hollywood, California.
You were like an original Muppet. I know I threw you off. Animal, bang the drums.
All right, yeah, that'll do. As long as it wasn't the old guys in the balcony.
No, not them.
Anyway, so
So now you're interacting with animation. So you
Yeah.
got me like going, wow, how did that go?
it was great. It was great. It was called Pigeonholes. I got a DVD of that available on Amazon. Hey, it's available on Amazon. It's called Pigeonholes. And then after that, I started doing a lot more videos. So I would start doing my own music videos. I did one called The Fed. You've seen, I'm sure. It's an alliteration. I'll tell you folks, it starts with the letter F. It's about the Federal Reserve and how much we all love them. But what I did was basically, I decided to use entertainment to get points across, to get a message across. And that's really been the thing I wanted to do all my life, is to, how can you tell people serious subjects and actually get them to sit there and listen to it? Mm-hmm. That's a tough thing. So I used comedy and animation. Sometimes the songs are very serious, but a lot of times they're funny. And within 5 minutes of watching this, The Fed, you'll know what the Federal Reserve really is.
I've seen it. It's definitely a rude awakening for a lot, but it is done in an entertaining way that you're not bored, one.
Right.
And number two, you actually go like, I get that.
Yeah, and everybody loves when the Supreme Court is dancing.
It's awesome.
Dance at the end.
That's great. I'm telling you, his stuff is really entertaining, and it's not like anything you watch every day, so you'll be a fan.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll be a fan, Dan.
You have to.
Absolutely.
You have to now. You're on tape.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and there's too many firings going on, so we have
Yeah,
these.
right,
We have to build a
absolutely.
fan club or something.
I hope you don't have a job.
No, we'll get to my videos in a few minutes. It won't take but
This is live, baby. We
Hold
don't
a
know
second.
what we're pulling in here.
Well, I can't get fired because I'm self-employed. So.
There you go. There you
And
go.
I'm a volunteer, so I think we're all right.
We're
Tom, we
we're
got
covered.
your number, though. Tom's paid. Look out.
We're not covered.
So, okay, so Uncle Neil, tell us about that program. Because I have not, I'm being honest, I'm being real. I have not had the time to see it. I've wanted to see it because I am a fan of yours. So I will. So tell us what we can look forward to.
Better than that, for the folks out there in Radio Land, I'll show them. I'll get into custom right now.
Oh,
This is an amazing transition.
clip-ons.
Now, I'm not quite sure. People in radio probably are not going to get this, but okay. Now,
Where did Neil go?
see
don't
what I'm
know.
saying? See what I'm
I
saying?
don't know. There's like
If I walked in
there's
there,
like this
you wouldn't,
rock star here. I don't know where Neil
you would
went.
have no idea who I was if I just walked in.
Oh my God, that's like magic.
This is Uncle Neil, and this is a shirt that's on sale, by the way. It's about the Squeegee Brothers. The Squeegee Brothers is a segment in Uncle Neil's neighborhood. They're squeegees. They're from Italy. And it's Giuseppe and Maurizio Squeegee.
Okay.
And it's an ongoing adventure with each episode of Uncle Neil's Neighborhood. That's one segment. I do some music. I do some wacky, zany stuff. I have a news segment. Just some crazy things. And excuse me. But it's got 6 episodes so far. I just started this a few months ago. I'm trying to get an episode up there every couple of weeks.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's anybody who wants to have a good 10 minutes, put a smile on your face at the beginning
I
of the
love
day.
it. I'm smiling now with the squeegee Luigi's over here. So what are their names again? I want to say like it's a me Mario, but they look at them. They
Giuseppe?
really are squeegees, guys. On
Maurizio.
radio, can't see it.
Yeah.
Now, Neil, that's just a regular cigarette, right? Because we just came from a big drug prevention
No,
conference.
that's a cigarette. He's Italian.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Is anyone wearing a guinea tea?
No, they're squeegees.
Well,
They're naked.
I'm
They're not wearing anything.
not wearing
They're totally naked. You should see the sex scene. It was very hot down there.
Squeegee sex, okay. I don't know. Do they have to, were you allowed to say that word? I don't even know. Oh my God, that's too
Well, they
funny.
come to America.
Okay.
They left to make their fame and fortune. They were living in Italy, and they said goodbye to their mama, and they came to New York because there were a lot of windows, and they figured they'd become very rich and famous in New York. And they got involved with the wrong people. And then they got a record contract, and they did an album called The Squeegees Do the Bee Gees.
Oh
And,
my God, that's funny. The
Yeah, you got to
Squeegees
watch
do
it from the
Bee Gees.
first episode. You got to watch from the first episode. It's only about 10 minutes each, so you can watch it, when you're in the bathroom.
Tragedy!
Yeah, well, probably is.
We're in New York and cleaning windows. Tragedy!
And there's a
I
Christmas
think I
album.
should be your backup singer. I'm like tapped
We can
in.
go on the road. I'm ready. I could have you and Naomi and one more girl, but you got to dress up like Pills.
Okay, I can do it.
You don't mind?
I can do it. I want to do like 2 colors though. I don't want to be a 1-color pill.
Yeah, like white on one hand.
Yeah,
green on the
yeah.
other.
I
It could be Prozac or
No, we're not going to promote those names. We're going to be
okay.
Okay. Anyway.
Low Jack.
Low jack for the squeegee.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this.
That's a good one.
Uncle Neil's neighborhood, right? Oh
Yeah.
God, that's so funny. He wrote a question for me. What color are your eyes? Okay, you're behind dark glasses, so that question I'm not asking.
Well, wait a minute. Let me transition
Okay, go back to Neil.
back to Neil. This
We
is.
want to bring Neil back. Yay! Neil's back.
See, now, if I walked into the room now, you would never know I was Uncle Neil.
Neil's eyes are blue.
Blue.
Just so you know.
We got
That's
one blue
awesome.
that way and one blue that way. This is the problem when you've worked in the Catskill Mountains in New York. I don't know how many people out there in the country know
I
about
know,
this,
the
but
Catskills.
That's where all the big old-time comedians come from.
The big old time, yep.
And I used to play in bands up at the Catskills and back up a lot of the comedians and stuff. And
Oh, that's
you know,
awesome.
people
Who
like
was
Dick
your
Schoen.
favorite?
Well, Dick Schoen was great. Buddy Hackett,
Oh, he must have been
wow.
hysterical.
Shecky
Oh,
Green.
wow.
Did you ever hear him?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Trying to think who else. There was a lot of people. When I was 15, I played in a bungalow colony behind a stripper.
A bungalow colony. First of all, in my life, I've never said the words bungalow and colony together. So,
Oh,
you know,
man.
is this a
You have-
Catskill thing?
Well, I thought it was national until now.
I don't know about what kind of club were you at? The bungalow colony.
Bungalow colony is the Catskill Mountains. Is this area about 2 hours north of New York City.
Yeah.
And that's where people go to spend their time, in the summer. They go for 2 months.
Families, they pack it up, they go,
Yeah, and they
sometimes the dads would go back to New York to work, and the moms would stay with the kids, and the dads would come. Yeah,
wink, wink.
yeah.
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 I was only 15.
Honey, I've got to go back to the office now.
Oh, I'm sorry to see you go. Anyway, there were hotels up there, and I played in some of the bigger hotels. But bungalow colonies were these little private bungalows, and people would rent them for the whole summer, and they'd stay up there for the whole summer, and their husbands would come up for the weekends. So we'd play in a hotel, and to make some extra money on a Saturday night, we'd go to a bungalow colony. We'd get there 1 o'clock in the morning. People were already rip-roaring drunk.
Oh,
But here
how fun.
I was 15.
15.
And at that time, I was playing accordion. Don't tell anybody.
Oh,
I played organ after that summer. But I was playing accordion, had a trio, trumpet, accordion, and drums. And there was a comedian, actually a ventriloquist, who used to be on Ed Sullivan.
oh my gosh.
Ricky Lane, it was his name. And we had to back up the shows at this bungalow colony. And after him came the stripper.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I had never seen a
She came
stripper.
on about 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, and I was 15. I never saw a stripper in my life. And back then, it was pretty tame. I mean,
Yeah.
But she...
More like risque, yeah.
Yeah. Like burlesque.
Yes.
But she had music that I had to read. And it was piano music. And I wasn't used to reading piano music. And
She was very classy. She had her own piano music she wanted
yes,
read.
and
Okay.
some of the charts were this long, and you had to read it and pull it through, as you're
Oh
reading.
my gosh.
But it wasn't accordion music, it was piano music. So I had to translate. Anyway.
At 15.
At
Unbelievable.
15, but here's the thing. I'm trying to read the music, and 5 feet in front of me is this lady getting undressed.
And you're 15.
And I'm
We keep saying,
15.
and you're 15. And a
So
boy.
I just made up anything. I didn't read the music. I just played whatever the hell I wanted.
Gosh,
I mean, there's
that's-
no way I knew what I was doing.
And it's probably dark. I mean, it's not like they had you well lit.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
outside, and
no.
it's like some kind of bungalow colony thing.
No, this was they had a cantina. This was indoors.
Okay.
But nobody was looking at me anyway,
No.
But she, I don't know what happened to
My
her
father would say,
career.
"You're still wet behind the ears."
I was more than that.
Neil,
Not going there.
there.
I'll tell, whisper it to you.
Okay, so on Uncle Neil's colony, so we know about the Squeegee brothers.
Neighborhood.
Sorry,
It's not my colony.
I think you should change
I think you
it
better go
to
out
the
and watch the
colony.
show and then come back in.
I'm still stuck on colony. I'm sorry. It's like
It's-
Night of the Living Bungalow Colony.
But these people were all drunk by the time I got there. It was a lot of
Too
fun.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna bring this down a notch when I talk to my friend over here, but we have a couple more minutes. So, on Neil, on your segment, how can people? First of all, the easiest way. I mean, obviously, we have some people watching us live on Facebook. We're going to put all the links and stuff in the post. But for those who are driving and stuck in traffic, and or the drive time or the park on Courtney Campbell time, how do they find you? How do they find your YouTube stuff to see the older stuff? Because you got to ask your doctor and these other things that I know about. And now, so you're at the mic here.
YouTube channel is youtube.com/Neil F. That's NEALF.
Okay.
And you'll see about 80 videos there, including a full-length movie that I did called The Conspiracy Project.
Which got all those awards.
Yeah. Plus the one on human rights got a bunch of awards also.
Nice.
And subscribe when you get there. Subscribe and push the little gray bell thingy so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
Awesome.
And it'll be a big help, and I'll love you and give you a big kiss. And the second way you can find me is on my main website, which is The Real Neil Fox with an A and .com. Yeah. And that's it.
TheRealNeilFox.com, NEALFOX.com.
Perfect.
Awesome.